The engine is off. You are parked in your driveway, just 10 feet from your front door. You see the warm light inside, but you don't unbuckle. You just sit there, gripping the wheel, staring at the garage. The engine ticks as it cools, and a heavy question rises in your throat. Why is the hardest part of the day simply walking through my own front door? You aren't hiding, you're just pausing. Meet David, 42 years old, a senior project manager in Chicago. From the outside, his life looks complete. A house in the suburbs, 2 healthy kids, a golden retriever, a car that smells like leather and success. Every morning, David merges onto the highway and drives to a glass building where he solves problems that aren't his. He answers emails. He puts out fires. He wears a mask of professional calm, smiling at people he doesn't like, agreeing to deadlines he knows are impossible. He absorbs stress until he's heavy with it. By the time he drives home, he isn't tired. He's empty. When he pulls into his driveway, the silence should feel like relief. Instead, it feels like a wall. Because inside that house, he has to become someone again. Dad, husband, provider. And sitting alone in the dark leather seat, he feels like he has nothing left to give. So David starts stealing time. 5 minutes becomes 10. 10 becomes 20. He replies to a text implying he's still driving, or tells his wife traffic was bad, when he's really been sitting in the driveway. He scrolls through news he doesn't care about, plays games just to numb his mind. Sometimes, he just closes his eyes and listens to the engine ticking as it cools. But the silence brings guilt. What kind of father avoids his children? What kind of husband dreads seeing his wife? He's terrified that if he walks in now, he won't bring love. He'll bring the toxic energy of his office. He's afraid he'll snap at his son for being too loud, or ignore his wife because he's out of words. He looks through the window, sees his daughter doing homework. He loves them more than his own breath. So why won't his body move? Why does the car feel safe and the house feel like a stage? David thinks he's broken, that he's losing his love. He doesn't realize he isn't running away from them. He's trying to find himself so he can be with them. It happens on a Tuesday in November. Cold rain lashes the windshield. David lost a major client that day. His boss humiliated him in a meeting. He pulls into the driveway and turns off the engine. And suddenly, the dam breaks. The front door opens. His youngest son, Leo, runs outside into the rain, smiling, waving, waiting for his hero to step out of the car. But David can't move. His hands shake. His chest tightens. He locks the doors. Leo stops, confused, looking through the rain-streaked glass. David mouths, "1 minute," and motions him back inside. When Leo disappears, David rests his forehead on the steering wheel and breaks down. A sob he's been holding in for years. A grown man, alone in his driveway, afraid of dinner conversation. He thinks, "I'm failing everyone." That weekend, David visits his old mentor, a retired psychologist. Over coffee, he confesses everything. "I think I'm depressed," David says. I sit in my car because I can't face my life. The man smiles gently. You aren't depressed, he says. You're decompressing. He explains. Human beings aren't machines. We can't switch from work mode to love mode instantly. Think about our ancestors, the mentor says. They walked home from the fields. They had an hour of silence to transition. Today, we teleport. We carry the chaos of the world in our pockets straight to the dinner table. Think of a diver coming up from deep water. Surface too fast and you get sick. You need decompression. He points to David's car keys. That car isn't a hiding place. It's your airlock. You give energy to your job all day. Then you go home and give energy to your family. But tell me, David, when do you give energy to yourself? David goes silent. The driveway wasn't avoidance. It was the only place where no one needed anything from him. That night, David changes one thing. He doesn't stop sitting in the car. He makes it intentional. He calls it the 10-minute rule. He tells his wife, when I get home, I need 10 minutes in the car. Not to hide, but to wash off the day. She understands immediately. Now, the driveway is different. David parks, turns off the engine, puts his phone away. He plays one calm song, watches the rain, breathes slowly. With every exhale, work leaves his body. He visualizes the stress flowing out of the AC vents. He feels his shoulders drop 2 inches. He takes off the mask. For 10 minutes, he isn't a role. He's just David. And when the time is up, he opens the door and walks inside, present. When he hugs his son, he's really there. We live in a culture that glorifies grinding, always productive, always busy. But without pauses, people break. Silence is not laziness. Rest is not weakness. You are not failing your family by taking a moment for yourself. You are protecting them. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't love fully if you've lost yourself. So tonight, when you get home, before you step into the next role, pause, sit, breathe. Come home to yourself first. Do you have a driveway moment? Where do you decompress? Share it in the comments. You're doing better than you think. Take a breath. I'll see you in the next story.